Hey, my name's Travis Bull Johnson. I'm running for Congress against Michelle Fischbach.
There's no money in ending war. There's no money in limiting government. To me, part of what makes America great are our small businesses, our small farms, and that's what's getting squeezed out by the establishment politicians.
That's why I say, raise cattle and not taxes. Hey, my name's Travis Bull Johnson.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Yeah, it's been one of those days already. I can't even remember if it's morning or evening. For those who haven't been paying attention to my personal Facebook page, I was kind of in an accident this morning. Was coming back from the processor, dropping off beef, and about halfway back, the back end of the truck got a little squirrely, a little loose on the ice, and we ended up spinning it around. And next thing I knew, the truck was on its side, and the trailer had done a complete 360. It was back on its wheels, and the trailer is no worse for wear. Truck's not real bad, and neither am I. I just, except for my pride. My pride is pretty hurt, but yeah, that's what went on with that. So that was kind of how my day went. So hopefully we'll get better from this point on. This week, this is of course our third episode of the update on the Constitutional Republic Party, and we're slowing down a little bit this week, but we're still well, it seems like it has. Now look what we've done, and realistically, I mean, we're just chugging right along. If you haven't paid attention, last Thursday, we elected our board, our chair, vice chair, treasurer, and secretary, and we also went through a procedure to approve our bylaws. So now we are technically functioning organization for the most part. As of yesterday, our web page is finally up and running. That's constitutionalrepublicparty.us. Again, constitutionalrepublicparty.us. It's up there and running. Our donation page is not up and running yet. We just finally got the bank set up today. And now we send that information in to Anadot, who's going to be our donation or our payment processor. And we expect that to go up within the next couple of days. This Thursday, the organization steering committee will meet again, and all are welcome to attend and become a part of this. Our goals for this Thursday is going to be the establishment of our convention and our platform committees. The convention, I mean, we really need to get started on it. If we're hoping to have our convention by April, I mean, we're going to be running out of time soon if we don't get a location locked in and so forth. Part of the thing that's going to slow us down there is we got to get our donation page up so we can get our memberships lined up. Because again, to get a ticket to the convention, to be a delegate, you're going to have to be a member of the party. And you can do that one of two ways: either volunteering to donate 10 hours of your time, or X amount of hours of your time, or make the $50 a year donations for a regular membership, or a $100 a year donation to be a founding member. Only the first 100 people who buy the founding membership will be considered founding members, and that will go on to be able to say, you know what, I was one of the first. I believed in this from the beginning, and I got up there and I started from the beginning. A couple things I want to talk about with our platform. Okay, we had a discussion that got kind of heated this week on one of my pages on rank choice voting. Rank choice voting is something I very much believe in. I think it is something that is best for the party because it gives our party the best chance to get elected and move forward. That being said, that is my opinion. My personal opinion. It is not the position of the party. What the position of the party is going to be up to you. When we have our convention, we start talking about platform issues. It's you guys to decide where the party's going, not my individual choice. Okay. My only thing is it has to stay within our principles of small government and leave us alone. Okay. Which brings us to my next point on that ranked choice voting. Does it do either one of those two things? Does it shrink government? No, it doesn't really shrink government. Does it do anything to help us be left alone? Not really. So does it deserve? Should it be in our platform at all? Probably not. My whole thing on the way was trying to structure this is I want to put a very narrow band of saying, hey, we're about these two things. Anything that falls outside of that realm of those two things, a smaller government, leave you alone, that's up to the candidate to decide where his position is. That candidate is the one who has to represent the people of that district. One of my biggest complaints about the GOP and the Democrats is they are expected to do what the party tells them to do. They're not representing their constituents. I don't want us to fall into that problem. I want to say, you know what? These are our principles. These are our guiding principles. As long as you stand firm with those principles, your individual positions on policies doesn't matter to us. It's between you and the voters in your district. Okay. So we don't want to go down that rabbit hole where we potentially lose supporters on an issue that doesn't even matter when it comes down to our principles. Okay, I got to get smarter at picking our fight, so to speak. I also have to be a little bit more. When I was with the Libertarian Party, myself and the chair of that party butted heads on occasion because I thought he would put forth his views, but you weren't always sure if it was his views or the party views. And I thought sometimes the party got drugged down because his views were being seen as the party views. I need to make sure I don't fall into that same sinkhole, fall into that same issue, that same error. And so we're going to get a little bit more careful. I mean, but I will say things that are said on my Facebook page, what used to be the Bull Johnson for Congress, that's now Bull Johnson for homesteading. Those are anything posted by me on that is my personal views. It has nothing to do with the party. If you see me doing a post on the party page, that is generally going to be seen as me speaking from my position as the chair of the party right now. Because that is the position I was elected in last week, is as chair. Stephen Lowell, I don't know if you know, how many of y'all remember Steve? He ran for a state house south of the cities. He is the vice chair. Stephanie is our treasurer, and Sydney Hux is our secretary. Sydney is in the process right now of updating our draft bylaws, and we should have that posted fairly soon. I'm very happy with what our bylaws, although there are a couple things we might need to adjust a little bit. I know I was one issue on there, which I had contention with a possible member this week, is part of our bylaws basically say you will not caucus permanently with any other party. You could temporarily caucus with them, but again, we don't want to be seen as the JV of another or junior varsity of another party. That we're just this, but we're going to caucus with this party. And that's something we wanted. So we put that in our bylaws where the comment, a recommendation was made that to take that out, because right now we are going to be one of the smaller parties and say, hey, our candidates may caucus with whoever is representing liberty and small government, and they can caucus with whatever side they want to that meets that standard, and we expect them to help lead it, regardless of what the caucus is. And I don't think that's a bad position to have. So this is definitely going to be one of the things we can talk about, and we can go more into when we have our convention. Because of course, any of these bylaws we pass this week, with a 2/3 vote can be adjusted or changed at our convention. I mentioned a little while ago we're going to put together our platform committee this week. Again, anybody who's interested in that, shoot us a mail. We'll send you the Zoom link for Thursday night. Please come out and join us. Again, anybody who wants to join us out there, please send us your email. We'll send you the link on Thursday. Feel free to come on in there and join us. We also, with our new webpage, have started our new email addresses. So the main email address for us going forward is going to be info@constitutionalrepublicparty.us. Again, that's going to be info@constitutionalrepublicparty.us. That's going to be our main email for things coming into the party. We will continue to check our U.S. Cons Rep at Gmail account, but that account will eventually be forwarded to our info account for the on the political page or on our party page. I talked to or briefly sent a message to Mark Biskovsky this week. One day I'll pronounce it right. For you, those of you who don't know, Mark is a huge supporter of medical freedom. I mean, that is basically one of his main topics, the main things he works on. And they're going to be having a rally on January the 5th at the Capitol that they're going to be in the rotunda trying to talk to our state legislators to have them move forward a couple of issues with medical freedom. And if you are in the area or if you can get off of work, I encourage you to please show up for that. It would be a great chance for us to start getting in there, getting our feet wet, and showing people what we stand for. I planned on going, but then my wife reminded me I have a prior engagement with her on that night. So I do not think I'll be going unless it'll be just for a couple hours in the morning. But she has a event for her work on that evening that I've already committed myself to. So it's I need to fulfill that commitment. Otherwise, I end up in the doghouse and somebody else is doing these briefings in the future. But Mark, what I asked Mark to do is ask Mark to put together our plank for medical freedom for our platform, and he very generously he has agreed to do so and to work on that. So and that's kind of how we're going to do things. We're going to find topics that we want to be involved in. We're going to bring on subject matter experts to help us come up with an intelligent platform on that meets our principles. And so that's where we're at with that. Not a big turnout tonight, it looks like. Only got a couple people watching us live. I do want to thank all of you who turned in a little bit later from looking at some of our past updates. We do have a lot of people who watch these on at a later time other than when we do them live. So thank y'all very much. The only downside with that is y'all don't get the opportunity to ask questions while we're doing this. So if you are watching it at a later time and a later date, still write your questions on the comments. We still come back and answer these questions or these comments, or shoot us an email at info@constitutionalrepublicparty.us. Again, and this is, remember it's that .us ending in .com. We were not able to secure that domain as of yet. It's something we will look at more in the future. But meanwhile, if there is no other questions, we're going to probably end this a little earlier tonight. I'm going to go back and get some rest after being thrown around in the truck a little bit. And that's about it for tonight, guys. I mean, I appreciate those of you who tuned in. Please continue to send us your questions, your recommendations. This party's about you. I'm kind of steering the ship right now, but you know what? We're not going anywhere without everybody on here contributing and helping the paddle it, so to speak. So thanks again for everybody for watching the video, and let me know if any questions. And thanks very much, guys. And let's make this work. Have a great night. Bye.